In this video, I'm going to walk you through our 3-step process on how we took an AIQA platform from 67,000 to 183,000 clicks per month, and they get around 11,000 clicks per day. So they came to us after shipping 45,000 pages, and Google acted like their site barely existed. The scary part is the site looked healthy, fast site, clean UI, but in Google Search Console it was a classic nightmare. Google could find the URLs, but it just wouldn't index them properly. And if that's you, you could ship 10,000 more pages and nothing will move the needle. So here's what we're doing. 3 quick checks. Pick a page that you expect to rank. Right click and view page source. Now press Ctrl F or Command F if you're on a Mac and find a sentence that you know is on the page. If you can find the raw text in the HTML, Google should be able to find it too. If the source is basically in a shell like this and none of the real content is there, that is your issue. Because your user will see a finished page, but Google has to render it first. And rendering JavaScript at scale is slower, less consistent, and easier to deprioritize. So what happens is Google discovers the URL, but it doesn't confidently understand the content, and you get discovered currently not indexed piling up. So here's a quick rule. If your main content and internal linking aren't in the initial HTML, indexing won't scale. And now here's the important part. Check 2 shows the exact footprint left behind. So you want to open Search Console, go to Pages and look for this pattern. Discovered currently not indexed. Soft 404s on the page that are clearly real. That usually means Google can't find the page. So pick a page that you want indexed from them, ideally one in discovered currently not indexed. Open your URL inspection and check for the following. That your rendered page looks normal, and your view page source, crawled HTML is not thin and it's not a shell. If the source is thin, here's the truth. Users see the content because JavaScript builds it, but Google doesn't reliably process that at scale, so your indexing actually stalls. So this isn't the fix, this is the diagnosis. So if you're seeing discovered currently not indexed piling up, you don't need more content, you need your key content and your key internal linking inside the HTML itself. That's before the JavaScript actually runs. And that leads us on to check number 3. Is Google wasting your crawl budget on the wrong URLs? We're checking crawl behavior because crawl patterns tells you what Google thinks is worth actually crawling. Open Search Console, go to settings and then crawl stats. Logs are best, but stats is good enough to get a first read. And here's what to look for. A trend. If crawl requests are spiking and dropping hard, something's off. Server issues, crawl traps, or Google backing off. Now you want to figure out where the crawl's going. Scroll to the example table, and you're looking for a pattern like this. Lots of parameter URLs, internal search pages, duplicates and near duplicates, and the same few templates getting hit repeatedly, and your long tail page queries barely showing up. If that's what you see, Google isn't exploring your site, it's looping on the same pages. So here's what to do to fix that. Step 1. Find the pattern. Group the crawled URLs by type, whether it's a blog, docs, parameters or search. Step 2 is stopping the crawl trap. If parameters internal search and faceted navigation is eating the crawl, block the worst traps in robots.txt carefully. No index of thin duplicates and canonicalize only when it's genuinely the same page. And on to step 3, push your crawl to the pages that you want to rank. So to do this, make sure your priority pages are reachable within a few clicks, and that navigation use real crawlable links like this, not only JavaScript buttons. So here's a simple rule. If Google is spending a lot of its crawl on low value patterns, your job isn't to publish more content. Your job is to move crawl spend to the pages that you want ranking. And that was the main thing that was happening with our client. And once Google could actually see the pages, the next problem showed up fast. There were 45,000 Q&A URLs, many built from the same template, and there was so much overlap. If everything is indexable, then Google has to decide what's worth keeping. When too many pages look the same, Google hesitates and indexes less. So we did 3 moves. So we picked the winners first. We flagged the top 5 to 10% of pages that we knew had a chance of ranking. They had unique topics, useful answers, and very clear search intent. Then we stopped the weak pages from competing. We set repetitive low-value pages to no index, so they stopped soaking up any attention at all. Then we added a minimum standard for all new pages, so new pages could not go live as an indexed until they met a quality standard bar. So what you want to do next is export all your URLs from Google Search Console or your own crawler at choice. You want to be sorting by impressions. If most pages have 0 impressions, your job isn't to publish more, it's to protect the pages that have the higher impressions. So when you're doing this at scale, more pages isn't the goal. The idea is to get the right pages indexed. Then we moved on to the foundations that actually moved the needle, because now we've taken care of visibility and indexation. We fixed the stuff that quietly breaks the site at large scale. I'll show you a few examples from our site just to protect our client data. Sitemaps is number one. So firstly, we looked at sitemaps. We rebuilt the sitemap to only include pages that we wanted indexed. So no 404s, no tests, and no junk. Then we moved on to schema. We implemented the correct schema for the correct page. You can have your organization, you can have your product and services, and this tells the crawlers what type of page it is so it can serve it out properly to the users. Next thing, we moved on to the headings. We cleaned up heading structure, one clear H1, then a logical H2, H3 format that matched and supported a Q&A layout. And this is what really shifts things, the internal linking. We connected related questions, topic hubs, and high-value pages so fewer pages were orphaned. And this made it so that crawlers had a very clear path. So open up your sitemap right now and ask yourself one question. Would you be happy if Google crawled every single URL? If the answer is no, then your sitemap's working against you. So before we made any changes to the client's site, they were sat around 67,000 clicks per month. After we made the key content visible inside the HTML, controlled what should and what shouldn't be indexed, and fixed the foundations that guide crawling at scale, Search Console showed us the sequence we wanted to see. More valid indexed, pages in priority sections, impressions rising for the right inquiries, and clicks rising with them. It reached 183,000 clicks per month and 11,000 clicks per day. It was the same product, the same niche, but a different technical setup. And if you fix that in order, what Google can see, what Google chooses to index, and how Google crawls your site, you can see results like that too. But I'm not going to leave you hanging. I've turned this into a checklist and we've got the link in the description below. If all this is overwhelming for you, don't worry. We've got you covered. At Embarque, you can book in a free strategy call with a link in the description, and our team will be able to look at how we can shift your technical setup. But if your technical setup is perfectly fine, the next thing you'd want to look at is how you can scale your content safely using the same programmatic blueprint that we did from our client to generate 500,000 visits per month. Click this pinned video.